Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you tonight from Ames Field in Michigan City as Region Sports Network presents coverage of Week 1 high school football, a top 10 matchup between the 9th-ranked Hanover Central Wildcats and the 8th-ranked Michigan City Wolves. My name is Quincy Bell. I'll have all of the play-by-play for tonight's action. And joining me with the color analysis is Chris Fig. Chris, it has been a while since football has been around in the region, but we're back. And, Chris, I've missed you. It's great to be back.
I've missed you too, Quincy. It's exciting to be back. You got Friday night lights going, sun setting in the background on the stadium. Can't beat nights like this.
Michigan City will play host to Hanover Central tonight. Both of these teams come in ranked in the top 10 of the RSN preseason poll. Michigan City, the home squad, coming off of a bit of a disappointing season last year, 3-7. Of those 7 losses, 4 of them were by less than a touchdown. They played in a lot of close games, and they returned quite a bit of production on offense.
Yes, they do. I mean, both sides returned 3 starting offensive linemen. Michigan City returns a starting senior at center, which is huge when you got that senior leadership at an important part of the offensive line. On the flip side, you've got Hanover Central returning their starting left tackle and left guard, and I mean, they are both huge human beings over there. If I was them, I'd stick to running the ball to the left side as much as possible tonight.
You look at Hanover Central on the offensive side, there's some question marks. They have a new quarterback, running back, and wide receiver one. It's a pretty new look on offense, but they do return 6 starters on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, the 6 starters on the defensive side of the ball is definitely huge. I mean, you have 5 new guys that are plug and play, but on the starting side, I mean, you've got your 3 interior defensive linemen that are returning as seniors. So, you know, they've got a lot to prove. They've had a couple years in the system now of starting, and I mean, they're looking to get to the quarterback and get some pressure tonight.
Michigan City, on the other hand, on the defensive side, they were one of the best defensive teams in the region last year. They only allowed 15.7 points per game, but they lose 8 of their 9 top tacklers as here come the hometown Michigan City Wolves.
Yeah, and that's a huge loss when you're losing your top tacklers. I mean, even if you're just losing 1 or 2, it can make a difference. But when you're losing your top 8, I mean, that's a huge difference in your defensive scheme and your defensive players.
You take a look at Hanover Central, and this is a team that was playing out of the GSSC for a while, and they were dominating the conference. They've had 9 wins or more in every single year since 2020. In 2023, they made an upgrade in terms of their conference. They moved to the Northwest Crossroads Conference. Their first year, 11-1 overall record, went 6-0, won the conference. Last year, 9-3, went 5-1, won a share of the conference title, and they almost won it outright. They have become a force in terms of football in the region. They do have a new head coach this year. Tony Bartolomeo will take over the head coaching duties. Brian Parker, in 6 years at Hanover Central, he went 62-20. No longer the head coach. Tony Bartolomeo was the head coach at Lake Central from 2017 to 2020. Did not have a lot of success in the Duneland. Made the move over to Hanover Central, was their assistant coach for 4 years. This is his first game as the new sheriff in town for Hanover Central.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if he keeps the same schemes as far as offensive play calling goes compared to, you know, the former coach and Brian Parker. So anytime there's that head coaching change, usually you see a new offense, but having a guy that was an assistant in the program, typically you're going to see a similar offensive scheme, if not almost the exact same one.
One thing that, with the success Hanover's had, the one thing that has eluded them is postseason success. They only have 1 sectional championship as a school. New Prairie has kind of been a thorn in their side when it comes to the postseason, but, Chris, they are scheduling tough this year. This is the second time ever that Hanover Central will play a DAC team. Their only other game against a DAC team was 2020 Week 1 against Portage, a game they lost 42-40. And then in Week 2, it doesn't get easier. They get Indianapolis Bishop Chatard. So this is a team that clearly is going to try to schedule tough to be battle-tested and prepared come playoff time.
Yeah, and one of the big things is when you're scheduling those tests early in the season, you're definitely kind of seeing how your team can play down the stretch when things get tough.
Michigan City and Hanover Central kickoff coming your way next. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Hanover Central and Michigan City just moments away from kicking off. We give you tonight's electric economy heating and cooling game night forecast right off the lakefront here in Michigan City. 75-degree temperatures with 2-mile-an-hour breezes. Chris, it is a beautiful day for football. That's been your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter.
Definitely nice weather out here. Fall weather has come a little bit early this year, it feels like. I think next week it's only supposed to be in the 80s, like maybe low 80s.
Hanover Central has won the toss. They will defer their choice to the second half, so it will be Trinity Hart and the Michigan City offense taking things over to start this game. Hanover Central will put their experienced defense to the test.
Yeah, it'll be intriguing to see how Michigan City handles this 3-4 defense that they're going to throw at them. See if they're going to try to run at it, throw at it. Just kind of depends on where they line up their linebackers and if they're playing a lot of zone or a lot of man coverage.
A 3-4 front for Hanover Central. The key guys for that, the defensive end and the nose tackle, Sean Conlon and Nate Conlon, two brothers that both stand at 6'3" and over 250 pounds. That's a big, intimidating front to go up against, and they have the luxury of running a 3-4 with that big of a presence up front.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got big guys at nose tackle and defensive end, it definitely makes it easier to run a 3-4. Normally you would run a 4-2 if you had some smaller guys or more undersized guys. But, I mean, when you've got two guys that are 6'3", 250, 3-4 is definitely a good call.
The energy is palpable here in Michigan City. A big crowd on hand here at Ames Field for week one, and we are just about ready to kick off another season of football in the region. Caleb Barnes will kick it away for Michigan City. Vinny Bonato and Isaac Buikema back to return for Hanover. Barnes puts the hand up. He's into the run, and we're underway from Michigan City. Bonato will field it at the 5. Cuts to the left, has a lane, gets across the 20, and he's taken down at the 23.
Did a good job of following his blocks on that return. Wasn't really too many of gaps or holes to really break off a long one. Tried his best to shake a guy in his place. Didn't work out, brought down. But they'll start off with good decent field position to start out the first half.
Jeff Renzi making his first start for Hanover Central at quarterback. This is his first year as a starter, the 6', 190-pound junior. He played in one game last year as a sophomore, completed 5 of 7 passes against Highland. 3 wide for Hanover to start this off, and we have flags and some movement up front. False start on the first play of the season for Hanover, not the way I think the Wildcats wanted to start their season.
No, and they were starting to throw both their running back and their tight end in motion there, trying to trick the defense a little bit. I think someone on the offensive line just got a little antsy, ready to go off and block somebody.
This is one of the biggest opening crowds I've seen in the region. Ames Field, not located on Michigan City's high school campus. It's right in the middle of downtown, and a good location. They've drawn a very big crowd today. Buikema is the running back, and this snap gets away. It's on the ground. Renzi's lucky to even get back on top of that one, but a big loss of downs there inside the 10. Hanover really backed up on their first drive.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You run into shotgun sometimes. You know, the snap gets over the guy's head, goes to his feet. This time it was over his head. But you also got a new center starting for Hanover Central. So, you know, sometimes it can be a little first game jitters. I've been there. I've sent a ball over a quarterback's head multiple times, so I understand it.
2nd and 26 from the 7. 2 wide for Hanover Central. We'll see if they try to maybe just run this and get some safe yards back. Michigan City showing blitz, and they bring one. Buikima up the middle. He has nowhere to go. Michael Wolter, the Mike linebacker, coming in, plugging that gap, and no room for the running back to go.
Yeah, I mean, Buikima did a good job of trying to read his blocks as best as possible. There was a small gap there, but as soon as he got through, he had a Michigan City player waiting for him. So he did what he could to fight for a couple extra yards, but intrigued to see if they're going to air it out here or just play it safe, do a quick play, punt, and come back another day.
3rd and 23. And if Michigan City, an inexperienced defense, losing 8 starters from last year, if they could get off the field quickly on their first drive, could be a big momentum spark in week number 1. Renzi gets the snap, looks to his left, and he bombs one deep one-on-one coverage and a little bit of miscommunication with his receiver, Vinny Bonato. That pass thrown well over his head, and Hanover will get the punting unit on the field. Michigan City a 3-and-out on their first defensive drive.
Yeah, and that's a huge confidence builder, especially when you're not returning a lot of starters on the defensive side of the ball. And, I mean, good job by getting pressure. I think Renzi just had to get rid of the ball. I mean, it could have been miscommunication, but as soon as he was getting in that throwing motion, he was getting hit right away, too. It looks like Michigan City is actually running a 4-3 tonight instead of the normal 4-2.
Micah Van Thalen will kick it away for Hanover. DeAndre Collier, McKeel Laurent back to return for Michigan City. Laurent will let it go through. This punt will roll out of bounds at the 45, and that's where Tristan Hart and the Michigan City offense will set up shop.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a good job by the returner, just letting the punt roll. Didn't go much further past him. I mean, and a good punt from being in your own end zone, essentially punting the ball. You know, you flip the field a little bit, but you still have Michigan City starting off with good field position on their own 45.
And this is a
44.
This is a Michigan City offense who returns a lot of talent. Tristan Hart, senior quarterback, returning starter from last year. 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. Daquan Fields at the running back spot, transfer from Portage. And Michigan City 4 wide on this opening drive, and Hart's back to throw. He has a clean pocket. He steps up deep down the sidelines for Zaire McKinney, and he's got him in stride. McKinney is gone. 1 play, touchdown, Wolves. That's how you start week 1.
That's a great play call. You throw the halfback in a little bit of almost a swing route, but you've got your wide receiver running a straight streak down the sideline. And, I mean, just a little bit of busted coverage there. He got past the safety, past the DB. There is no one near him once he caught it.
The Hanover Central sideline looks stunned. This crowd is loving what they just saw from Zaire McKinney, and a great throw from Tristan Hart, hitting him right in the breadbasket. An easy 6 points for Michigan City. Charlie Barnes is on for the extra point. And he knocks it through. 7-0 Wolves. We'll head to a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday Night Football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. The Michigan City Wolves lead 7-0 off of one play, a 55-yard touchdown from Trinniston Hart to Zaire McKinney. And Michigan City will kick this away again to Hanover Central. This is a Quintel kickoff. All kickoffs this year are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Vinny Bonato back to return again for Hanover Central. He makes a cut at the 10, and he has some room down the sidelines. Breaks off a tackle for a moment before he's dragged out of bounds by the shoulder of his jersey at the 23.
Yeah, and that was a great play by the Michigan City kickoff team right there. I mean, he held on to him. If he had let go, it didn't look like there was many more people down that sideline that was going to make a stop. Great angle taken by him.
So for Hanover Central, it can't get much worse than the first drive that they had. A miscue snap and some overthrows. This new look offense for Hanover Central that's incorporating a lot of first-year starters had their welcome to the DAC moment in their first drive. We'll see if they can maybe set some runs up the middle and maybe get a few yards on this drive to kind of settle into this game because they've been stunned early in this one. Renzi hands to Bowie Kima. He has a lane, knifes his way through, breaks off a tackle, and he's across the 30, about a yard short of the first down. That's a solid carry.
Yeah, that was a solid carry, and shout out to the tight end there, doing almost not really a pull block, but coming around the corner and setting that edge, getting the blitzing. It looked like a DB, I think, or it might have been the linebacker coming up off the edge, but picked him up, gave the running back plenty of room to gain more yards, and almost had the first down there while keeping his feet churning, too.
Anthony Lehman, the senior, stands at 6'4", 230. He's a returning starter for Hanover Central. Caught for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns last year for the Wildcats. Renzi in the gun, hands to Bowie Kima again. He breaks off a tackle, but he's quickly swarmed up at the second level. He's close to a first down, and it looks like they will give him the first.
Michigan City did a real good job there of blitzing, but also they did a good job of filling the gap. They saw that it was a pull play. Right guard was pulling around the edge, and, I mean, they did a good job of coming right up the gap.
That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. 1st and 10 for Hanover from the 33. Jeff Renzi again in the shotgun. The left-handed junior making his first career start today. 3 wide, Bowie Kima now moves to his left. And they will hand it to him again up the middle. Another solid run for the junior. 5 yards on first down.
Hanover Central's offensive line is doing a really good job of pushing the line of scrimmage. You know, they're getting movement on all the defensive linemen as well as they're doing a good job of coming off on the linebackers to give that more of a 4 or 5 yard carry.
And we mentioned this in the open. It's an experienced front. 3 seniors, 2 juniors, all of them over 6'2", 250.
And it's funny you say that because we talked about running to the left side heavily, and I think 2 of the 3 runs on this drive have been to the left side.
Sean Conlon and Nate Conlon, the left tackle on left guard, provide a lot of lanes for their running backs. 3 wide with a tight end in the game. Bonato in motion, and Michigan City jumped. Joshua Sexton moved a little too early, and it looks like Hanover will have a free first down.
Yeah, and it's always great to get those free first downs, you know, especially as an offensive lineman. You get a break from hitting the guy in front of you and just get a little bit of a break and a little bit of a breather.
So Hanover had a false start on the first play of the game. That time Michigan City jumping too early. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 44. Just about 5 minutes gone by in this week number 1 top 10 matchup. And we got a trips look to the left side for Hanover. Lehman, the tight end, in the slot position with Bonato far out to the left. It'll be a run. Bowie Kima breaks off a tackle. Spinning ahead, another carry of about 5.
A little off-tackle action there to the weak side, actually, with the trips being to the left. You know, threw the defense off a little bit because that big old tight end has been in the backfield this entire time, coming around as a pull blocker. Anthony Lehman instead lining up almost in a, not necessarily a slot receiver position, but the normal tight end position in the trips set. So, you know, it's a little weird when you see him start lining up because you're thinking, oh, God, they're going to throw it to the big guy out there.
Another gain of 6, and now we got 3 guys stacked up to the right with Lehman on the back end of that 3. It'll be a screen to Lehman. He's got it. Lowers the shoulder, but it's going to take a village to bring him down, and Michigan City does just that. A lot of white hats coming to that ball. And Lehman only able to get about a yard on that catch.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Michigan City, recognizing the screen immediately. And it's a great offensive play call because when you line up in that stack, I mean, you could send a guy out on a wheel route. You could do the screen like you just saw. And, I mean, it definitely makes the DBs a little bit harder to judge what's going to happen. But, again, Michigan City does a good job of recognizing screen immediately, getting out to the man.
It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 48. 3 wide for Hanover. Buikima, again, the running back. Renzi claps, moves Buikima to his left. They'll give it to him, and he's got the first, knifing his way up the middle across the 40 for a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, and he did a really good job there, Buikima, just cutting back. You know, the hole wasn't there on the play side necessarily, cuts back to the backside A-gap, gets another about 5, maybe 4 yards, but gets the first down most importantly. And, I mean, everyone's moving right. When you cut left all of a sudden against the current, sometimes it can pay out, sometimes it cannot.
Buikima is pretty shifty. The junior stands at 5'7", 155 pounds, but he is quick and slippery. A tough guy to bring down for Michigan City on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 40. This time it's Renzi who keeps it around the edge, lowers the shoulder, and he's hammered by 2 Michigan City defenders. That was Silas Bradford along with Elijah Conley, who stuck him to the ground, and Hanover is going to get caught with a holding penalty and be moving back even further.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a holding penalty there, but honestly it might be better for them because now instead of losing the down and it's 2nd and 10, even though it's 1st and 20, I mean, you still at least are on first down compared to second.
So it'll be 1st and 20 from the 50. Renzi, the quarterback, played in one game last year, went 5 for 7 against Highland, 78 yards. Had 1 carry for 10 yards. He's not the most mobile quarterback in the region, but he can pick up a first down with his legs if he needs to. That time they tried to give it to him on the option. Michigan City snuffed it out. Renzi will throw on first down over the middle. It's caught by Lehman, but he has nowhere to go.
Lehman seems to be the favorite target already today. You know, did a little short pass there, which can break off for a longer one. But, again, Michigan City's right there. Looked like they were in a man coverage there compared to a zone, so they already had a man on him. But did a great job of throwing with anticipation there. Lehman didn't have to do anything extra to go get the ball, so hats off to Renzi there, at least, you know, throwing with that anticipation, making sure the ball gets there and gives Lehman a chance to really break off a longer run from it.
4 minutes to go in the first, 7-0 Michigan City. They only had the ball for 1 offensive play, a 55-yard touchdown to Zaire McKinney. It's been all Hanover with the ball in this app, and we got some movement up front. Sean Conlin, the left tackle, jumped a little bit early. That's his 2nd false start penalty of the game.
Yeah, and it hurts especially when it's a veteran guy getting that false start. But again, it happens. You know, you get a little antsy, you're ready to make a play, and then you just jump a little bit early.
Week 1 jitters are not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
No, they are not.
So 2nd and 22. Hanover had a pretty decent drive going with a heavy dose of Isaiah Buikima. The running back picked up multiple first downs with his legs. But looks like Hanover might need to go to the air to pick up this first down. They send Bonato in motion. And breaking through the line for the sack, Michigan City all over the quarterback. Julius Hurd, the 6'1", 265-pound senior, gets his first sack of the season, and Hanover is really backed up now.
Yeah, and I mean, Michigan City brought 5 guys right there. They had a safety come up and blitz, and it makes it hard because now as an offensive lineman, you're big on big, essentially. You're one-on-one, you're on an island. There's no help coming for you, and it can be challenging at times, especially on already a 2nd and long. You're thinking we need to get some yards, but it looks like Michigan City is going to go to more of a almost nickel package, dropping more guys in coverage with 3 on the line.
3rd and 30. They bring 4. Renzi back to throw. Bombs one deep into one-on-one coverage, and it's intercepted.
And again, just pressure getting to the quarterback. When you start getting pressure first couple times you get a little bit more antsy in the pocket sometimes, and unfortunately, it can lead to mistakes, lead to turnovers, and it happens to the best of them out in the NFL, college football, every level. You start getting hit a couple times, and it starts catching up to you. You start getting a little bit more worried and trying to force a ball downfield or force a play to happen, and it can lead to those big turnovers.
Damon Thomas comes up with the pick, his first on the year, and Michigan City will go back on offense. Not the worst play in the world for Hanover. You can treat that sort of as an arm punt. Michigan City will set up shop on the 23. Hart hands it on the reverse. And nowhere to go for Ethan Buskirk on that play.
Yeah, they had a pulling offensive lineman coming around. I think it was number 71, Jeremiah Hurd. He was coming around the corner, came off the side. Again, with those in-around plays, those jet sweep plays, you're looking to get to the numbers to get more yards, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You got to cut back. But, great job by Hanover Central not letting that turnover necessarily get to their head on defense or that big first offensive play for Michigan City either.
Michigan City likes to run a lot of misdirection runs. They like to run a lot of end-arounds, reverses with their quick and agile receivers. It's something you'll see a lot from them. And that time, Jeremiah Thurman in the slot spot looked like he stepped up a little bit too far on the line, and Michigan City will be going back 5 yards.
Yeah, so now that's two penalties on Michigan City this whole game, one on defense, obviously, but, that makes it 2nd and 14, so now you go from being able to do a lot of your motion stuff, quick in-around stuff, to you're going to have to be a little bit less cutesy with it, essentially.
3 receivers to the left side. Hart throws it in the flat. It's caught by Demarion Evans, and he gets around the edge for a solid catch and run across the original line to gain. Gain of about 7. It'll be 3rd medium coming up for Michigan City.
Yeah, and that was a great play by him. He got out to the edge and read his blocks there. Good job by the offensive lineman by also getting out there. And also a great play by the wide receiver to hold on to his man there and not necessarily give him up. But still 3rd and long, so it's curious to see what's going to happen here. Trips right now, or trips left right now.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Hart rolls out, throws outside, and incomplete. He had to deal with some heavy pressure off the left side. Sean Conlon coming in almost unblocked there. And that's a great defensive stand for Hanover after giving up a 1-play touchdown in their first drive, a nice 3-and-out on their second defensive opportunity.
Yeah, and that's great short-term memory by them. As you said, gave up a big touchdown to start off the game, and sometimes that can really make the demeanor on defense almost defeated. But good job bouncing back on this drive, making a 3-and-out. Should be able to get back into good field position before the end of the first quarter now.
Alvaro Serrano will punt it away for Michigan City. Vinny Bonato back to return for Hanover. Almost blocked there, Serrano. High in the air, a short punt, it drops, and it'll take a bad bounce for Michigan City. Hanover is going to get the ball basically where they left off on the last drive.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to get field position back. Ball took an unfortunate bounce from Michigan City, and now instead of Hanover Central starting on their own side of the field, but short side, now they're starting on Michigan City side, and they can put some pressure on them right before the second quarter.
The 1st and 10 of the 44. They're close to field goal range already.
Looks like the refs are having a debate on where the Michigan City touched the ball at.
Yeah, one of the gunners for Michigan City tapped the ball, and then you saw 2 guys just immediately jump on it. There were no Hanover Wildcats in the vicinity to potentially pounce. But nonetheless, a little bit of a debate. They will give them the ball at the 42. Only 2 receivers in the game, 2 tight ends for Hanover. They're going big on big, and it's Buikima up the middle. He gets stood up immediately by Jack Solar, the 245-pound sophomore, but we have flags on the play. Someone may have jumped early.
Looks like defense might have gotten a little bit of a head start. Oh, no, they're calling a
false start on Hanover.
Might have been an illegal motion.
Could have been.
Because they let it play out. But either way, it's still going to be a first down. Not what you want to see necessarily being 1st and 15.
Sean Conlon back in the game at left tackle. He took that last play off after just playing the last defensive set. And now we have more whistles from the officiating crew, and they're going to send Conlon back off.
Might have a bleeder, and that's probably why they're sending him off. Usually they see either blood on him or a cut open, so they'll send him off to get it at least taped up.
So back in the game will be A.J. Gill, the 5'10", 195-pound junior for this play. 1st and 15 from the 47. 2 receivers alone on islands, Vinny Bonato and Lucas Velisca, who is closest to your screen on the bottom half. Renzi gets the snap, and he'll keep it himself. Around the edge, has a lane. Breaks to the outside. A nice solid run for the quarterback. Gets the penalty yardages back with a little bit more for 2nd and medium coming up.
Yeah, and great play call right there by Hanover Central. Ran a read option. Defensive end crashed hard, thinking that running back was getting the ball again, and instead you have the quarterback coming around the edge, and he had a lot of free grass. Looks like he got about 10 yards, actually, so he's made it 2nd and medium compared to 2nd and long.
2nd and 5, they gave him 10 yards on that last carry. And once again, Hanover will be stacking the line. Bonato on an island to the left side with no safety help over the top. Renzi will give to Buikima, bouncing to the outside, and he is hit hard. He was originally stood up by Isaiah Gibson, the senior linebacker, and then was later taken down by Josh Sexton, the DB, coming off the left side.
And that's Michigan City basically daring them to throw the ball because they lined up 7 in the box. So they're saying, hey, we're going to stop your run game. You better learn or figure out how to throw the ball real quick so you can get some points because, again, when you have that 7-man box, it makes it harder and harder to run against.
Buikima was able to break off the initial tackle. He got 3 on the carry, and Hanover is in that same set. Big on big up front for 3rd and 2. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Buikima up the middle, and he's going to be close to the first. He leaned forward after the tackle. That's Gibson again coming in off the side.
It's going to be very close.
He's going to be just short. 4th and 1, and Hanover has a decision to make as we go into quarter number 2. 7-0 Michigan City after 1. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Michigan City leads 7-0, 4th and 1 for Hanover, and they've decided this is Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory. And Chris, it looks like they're going big on big again, needing only 1 yard for this first.
Yeah, and this is a big play call here because if you get it, it builds a lot of confidence, builds momentum, but if you don't get it, it can also kill any momentum you had.
Michigan City crowd on their feet, cheering on their hometown Wolves. Renzi to Buikima, and he has it. First down following his blocks along the right side. The right guard, James Tarzan, completely bowled over his man and gave Buikima a huge lane to get that first.
Yeah, I mean, he did a great job of just bowling over his man, but also you have Lehman again coming around the edge and getting that edge rusher, avoiding him coming in and crashing that run play. You know, it was a very gutsy call there going for it on 4th down early in the game, but I do like the call because now you got it, and it helps build more momentum for you.
Lehman and the other tight end, Luke Kopech, still in the game for this upcoming play. Again, 2 receivers for Hanover, and Buickima gets it again, knifing his way up the middle. This time, a good push from that Michigan City front. Roman Petrie was able to get an arm around the running back and drag him down for only a gain of 1.
Yeah, Michigan City's front four has done a good job of not necessarily getting pushed back. They're not winning the line of scrimmage battle, but they're not losing it either. It's almost a draw right now. It's more of a neutral ground kind of area. Some plays Hanover Central wins, some plays Michigan City's winning it out.
This whole game has been pretty much a draw other than the 55-yard touchdown to Zaire McKinney, which was on the first offensive play of the season for Michigan City. That's how they've had their 7-0 lead. Hanover has had the ball for the majority of this game. Michigan City has only run 4 plays on offense, the 1-play touchdown and a 3-and-out. And it looks like Hanover will take a timeout and talk things over. We'll head to a quick break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
Welcome back. 2nd and 9 for Hanover from the 29. Another handoff. Buickima, solid running up the middle. He pushes forward. A gain of about 7. It'll be 3rd and short coming up from the 22. It's time for today's Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update. The 2 other games being broadcasted today on the Region Sports Network. The Penn Kingsmen lead the Valparaiso Vikings 14-0 in the first quarter. And in the Battle of Broadway over at Maryville, it's the Maryville Pirates who lead the Andrean 59ers 7-0 in the first. 2 ranked matchups that you can find on the Region Sports Network if you're just flipping through games. Here, Michigan City leading Hanover 7-0. 3rd and 5. Renzi throws in the flat, incomplete. Looking for the tight end Lehman, just out of his reach.
Yeah, I mean, he was just a little bit longer on it than he wanted to be. And, I mean, almost picked off right there by Michigan City, too. I believe it was number 2 on Michigan City's defense trying to make a diving pick there.
That'd be Damarian Evans, who had the pick earlier in the game.
2 picks that start off the year definitely can help boost any sort of confidence for you as a defensive player.
One other score they mentioned over the intercom in this game, LaPorte up 7-0 on New Prairie. That's a team that won 0 games last year against a sectional champ. That would be a surprise, but bigger issues are at hand. Hanover has decided this is Four Seasons Mechanical. 4-down territory. Renzi, the lefty out to throw. Throws, and he's picked off. Coming up is Isaiah Smoot, the senior defensive back, and Michigan City has their second takeaway of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Smoot was covering him like a blanket. He was just there the whole time. If Renzi had gotten that ball a little bit further out, his wide receiver was able to make a play. I do like the play call, though. You have a little rollout action. Defense is all trending to the right. Would have maybe liked to see Renzi try to get the first down as well off a run because he might have been able to get it.
He had a defensive lineman chasing him. He would have had to at least make him miss a tackle or have to break off something. But still, 7-0 Michigan City. They set out for their 3rd offensive drive. Handoff around the edge. A solid carry for Jeremy Thurman. He's across the 30 with a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, and they ran a little bit of a read option there. Blake Belcher did a good job of not necessarily biting on the running back or selling on the quarterback. Made the quarterback have to make a decision, and the running back did a great job of outrunning him.
This has been a defensive slugfest through the first quarter. Hart hands it around the edge for Damarian Evans, and he's quickly wrapped up. Jacob Furco, the defensive back, coming in, swarming to make the tackle. Furco plays both ways. He plays a bit of receiver, but most of what we've seen out of the wide receiver spot for Hanover has been Bonato and Velisca. So Furco taking the majority of his snaps on the defensive end.
Yeah, and that was a really great play by Sean Conlon, too, getting a hand on the running back because he had a full head of steam before he even touched him. And, I mean, just even getting a hand on him helped slow him down just enough for the defense to rally around it.
2nd and 7 from the 33, and head coach Cody French for Michigan City wants a timeout to talk things over. We'll be back in 30 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Have you checked out Send to Your Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Send to Your Bank can help you start establishing good.
2nd and 7 for Michigan City from the 33. Hart with 2 receivers, 1 on each side. He's back to throw. Fires one deep down the sidelines. Incomplete, but flags fly.
I think they're going to get the defense for a little bit of pass interference there.
That would be Evan It's week 1. I'm sorry, guys. Marsiglio with a little bit of a grab on Mikel Laurent. And they will get him for pass interference.
You know, the one good thing about a high school with pass interference, and it's something my defense coaches always used to say, sometimes it's better to get a pass interference than a touchdown, because in high school it's not from the spot of the foul. It's actually 15 yards.
Looks like they picked up the flag. Michigan City's moving back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the 33.
You don't see that often. A picked up flag on a PI in high school football. Usually it stands some.
Yeah, that's a little surprising. But it's 3 wide for Michigan City on 3rd and 7 from the 33. Hart back to throw, has a clean pocket, steps up deep, and he's almost intercepted. Furco had 2 hands on that ball, just tipped off the top of him, but nonetheless, Hanover will get off the field quickly.
Even though he didn't get a chance to, shine and pick off the ball, he at least hit it up in the air to where Michigan City couldn't try to make a play on the ball. So, did a good job of essentially batting the ball away from the receiver without meaning to in the same breath.
Yeah, that would have been a tough interception to come down with. Serrano will punt it away to Vinny Bonato for Hanover.
I was going to say, I think we saw a deflected pass for a touchdown in the scrimmage last week with Andrean and Lake Central.
Yeah, we did. Serrano's punt is away. It's a good one. Bonato settles under it, makes a man miss, and he has some room. Along the sidelines, breaks off a tackle, and he's across the 50. And once again, Hanover will be set up with some pretty good field position. They've yet to capitalize on it today.
Yeah, and the big thing Hanover Central needs to do is they've had a good run game for most of the game. Stick to the run game. I know it can get intimidating, especially if you get an early penalty and it's 1st and 15, 1st and 20. But sometimes you got to stick to your bread and butter and know what's happening. I would like to see maybe a play action or 2 out of them. They could probably get a receiver or 2 open off it. But heck of a return there by the Panthers, or the Wildcats, sorry. As Quincy said, it's first.
It is week 1. 1st and 10 Hanover from the 43. Renzi moves Buikima to his left, and they will give it to him. He is stood up immediately. He's staying on his feet, but he's ripped to the ground. Coming in off the edge and wrapping up the running back, Miles Walker.
Yeah, and Buikima tried to really get more yards out of it. Sometimes it's better to just go down in situations like that once you're getting wrapped up instead of trying to fight for more yards, because sometimes you can end up losing more than you would like. So now we're going to see another long down for the Wildcats.
Correction, that was Desmond Howard on the stop. He wears 45 when he's on offense. He wears 55 when he's on defense.
Oh, that's pretty intriguing.
Plays offensive and defensive line for the Wolves. But like you said, Chris, once again, Hanover backed up here on 2nd and 14. Throw along the sidelines. Incomplete over the head of Furco. Tight coverage there for the defensive back, Nigel Conley.
Michigan City is just doing a really great job of keeping the receivers in front of them and not necessarily giving them much room to make a play on the ball. I mean, there's not much else you can do. He threw a great ball there. Just unfortunately, receivers not really able to fight for position because you've got one of the Michigan City Wolves just hanging all over him.
3rd and 14 from the 47. Hanover, in all likelihood, throwing to try to get this first down. Michigan City, 4 guys on the line. They're showing blitz, and one of them lined up off sides.
Yeah, and that's huge. I mean, now you go from 3rd and 15 right now?
3rd and 14 to 3rd and 9.
14. So, yeah, I mean, 3rd and 9 is a lot better than 3rd and 14.
That's for sure.
And especially with the way they've been going for it on 4th down, it almost opens the playbook a little bit more for you.
Could be thinking 2 downs to get these 9 yards. 3 receivers in the game for Hanover. Renzi awaits the snap, rolls out, looking for room. He has room to take off if he wants to. Now he throws one deep over the middle, and it's incomplete, looking for Lehman, but we have flags late on that play. And we'll see if this pass interference penalty holds up.
I mean, again, another great throw, and Lehman made a great play on the ball, just unfortunately wasn't able to bring it down. I'm sure he would have rather had the catch than the penalty. But the penalty still gives him a first down and lets him keep fighting on this drive compared to drive stalling out on him.
So Hanover will get another Four Seasons mechanical first down. Make sure at the end of this week's football action, you check out the Enigenberg Home Improvement Top 10. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/regionsports, and the Instagram page for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 plays presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. You can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. The leading candidate, at least so far from this game, the first play touchdown for Zaire McKinney, 55 yards on the opening drive for Michigan City. But, Chris, that's been the only scoring we've seen today.
Yeah, and that's really the only huge play we've seen as well. You know, it's the only score, the only big play. So it's been a very defensive-fought game.
And off, Bowie Kima again, fighting for yards. He stood up. He'll get about 2.
Little power football action there. You had the offensive lineman for the Wildcats. Who was it? Number 71, Blake Belcher, pulling around the edge. I mean, trying to set the edge as much as you can. But, again, only, unfortunately, a 1-yard gain.
So 2nd and 9. And Hanover has been determined to go for it on 4th down. So they're inside the 30 now. I don't know how much leg their kicker has. We haven't seen a lot out of Logan Zills today. But you could be on the edge of field goal range. But like you said, Chris, earlier, the playbook could be open to try to get these last couple of yards. Renzi pump fakes, throws deep to the end zone, and just overthrown. Almost picked off again. Damon Thomas in pursuit of that ball, looking for his 2nd pick.
Yeah, they tried to run a little fake screen action, but, I mean, defense didn't really bite on it. He had 2 men on him the whole way there on that streak route.
3rd and 9 again for Hanover. Renzi has been struggling to connect with the deep ball today. Working in some new receivers who didn't get a lot of playing time last year, going up against a veteran secondary for Michigan City. Damon Thomas and Elijah Conley, the 2 primary defensive backs, both seniors who got a lot of playing time last year as juniors. 3rd and 9, Renzi rolls out. Looks like he's going to keep this one, finds a lane, gets to the outside, and he's dragged down just before the first down marker.
I mean, great run there by Renzi and a great job by his blockers, just making sure to get downfield and get their men. Turned it from potentially, a loss because it's hard with that quarterback sweep almost. It went from a loss to a pretty big gain, so now you're at 4th and 2. And as we've seen earlier, Quincy, I believe they're going to go for it.
Anthony Gibson, the defensive back for Michigan City, saved the first down, but This Michigan City defense has been on the field for a while, and they're going to need to come up with a stand on 4th and 2. It's Four Seasons Mechanical. 4-down territory. Renzi will keep it again. Can he get to the outside? Yes, he can.
It's going to be close.
Really close.
I think the Whitecap just gave him the first.
I think he got it. By a matter of feet, it'll be a first down for Hanover.
I think we need to get those, what they've been doing in the preseason for the NFL with the little chip in the ball so you can see how.
The virtual first down marker?
Oh, yeah. I think it'd be a little pricey for high school football, but it would be cool for moments like that.
A strong crowd on hand for Michigan City. The hometown fans not happy about that first down for Hanover. They're into the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 17, and they're stacking the line again. Renzi, Bowie, Kima, big hole up the middle.
I mean, again, Bowie Kima just doing a great job of reading his blockers and just getting to that second level. You know, when you get your running back one-on-one with the linebacker, you're hoping that he can either make him miss or run him over. And in Bowie Kima's case, I mean, he's been making guys miss left and right almost all night.
4 yards on that first down carry. 2nd and 6 from the 13. Hanover Central knocking on the door, looking to tie up this game. They've been on the field for about 80 or 90% of the snaps today. Michigan City had the one-play touchdown and then a couple of 3-and-outs. Renzi will throw. In the flat, it's caught. Lehman to the outside. He has the first. He dives for the pylon. He's just short. We have flags on the tackle. Lehman, for the moment, has the first and almost had the touchdown.
I think this one's going to come back because it was right where his man was blocking at.
It will come back, holding on Hanover.
But it won't be too bad because it's from the spot of the foul there. So even though it's still going to be 2nd and long, it's not going to be 2nd and 20, 2nd and 15. You're looking at maybe 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12.
Looks like it will be 2nd and 12 from the 19.
But, I mean, great play call by Hanover Central there. For a second, I thought the defensive end was going to get a hand on the ball. He was able to get it right to Lehman, and Lehman was able to do his magic out there and almost score. You know, you're thinking they're knocking on the door of a touchdown right there without that holding penalty.
4:41 to go in the first half. 7-0 Michigan City. This has been a dogfight here from Ames Field in downtown Michigan City. Hanover again stacking the line, but Renzi will roll out and look to throw. The lefty still moving, throws off his back foot, and he's picked off for the 3rd time today. Michigan City's running this one back. Elijah Conley is wrapped up at the 10.
I mean, great play by Conley there, sitting on the coverage, making sure his guy was covered. And, I mean, again, just rolling out, you're trying to get rid of the ball. It's almost better to throw it out of bounds sometimes, but he saw it, the receiver downfield, was hoping he could get it there, and unfortunately it falls into the Wolves' hands.
The turnovers for Hanover have not helped them today. 3 times Renzi has been picked off.
You're going to see quite a refreshed Wolves offense, too. I mean, they've been off the field for pretty much the whole second quarter.
And you're going to see you would think you'd see a refreshed Hanover defense, but they have a lot of guys that play multiple ways that were just on the field on the offensive set. Hart, they were going to go with a reverse there, but we got flags coming in and a false start on the Wolves.
Yeah, and that's a big penalty there, and it helps out Hanover Central a lot after that turnover. You know, instead of potentially a huge play coming off a reverse, you're now 1st and 15, giving the defensive guys that are playing both ways a little bit more of a break. A little bit of a breather here, but between action.
The ball will be moved back to the 6. 1st and 15 for Michigan City. Hart will throw from his own end zone. He's looking around. He has nobody open. He fires one deep for McKinney. He's got it at the 50. 45 yards. McKinney is down, but he just hauled in a huge catch.
What a play by McKinney there, keeping his eyes on the ball as his quarterback was running around. Made a play, but unfortunately he is down on the field right now.
Zaire McKinney, the leading receiver for Michigan City. We hope he's okay. We'll step aside on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back. Zaire McKinney able to get off the field under his own power, and here's a reverse. A disaster for Michigan City. That ball's on the ground. Looks like the Wolves were able to get back on top of that one, but Chris, that was almost a horrible play for Michigan City.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a crazy turn of events. You go from almost a 50-yard reception to almost disaster right away. And that's kind of the issue you run into reverses almost. You know, you have a wide receiver handing off or throwing the ball to a guy coming around. He's not used to doing that compared to a quarterback, and it can lead to some trouble sometimes in miscues.
The sun continues to set here from Ames Field in Michigan City. 2nd and 16 for the Wolves from their own 45. Hart back to throw. Clean pocket. Steps up, incomplete. In and out of the hands of DeAndre Collier.
I mean, again, a great throw. Just unfortunately, Collier wasn't able to come down with it. Good defensive coverage by Hanover Central as well. And looked like a number 34 on Zerby on Hanover Central was able to get some pressure there because he was right off the edge. So able to get some pressure, put a little bit more heat on the quarterback compared to letting him roll around and be able to throw.
Even if Collier came down with that ball, there were multiple tacklers in pursuit. He was going to get hit hard if he came down with that one. But 3rd and 16 for Michigan City. Hard under pressure, throws middle on another incomplete pass in and out of the hands of Jeremy Thurman. So after the big play to McKinney, a fumbled reverse and 2 incomplete passes gets Hanover off the field again.
Yeah, and, you know, the name of the game is just a change of momentum. You know, obviously McKinney going down on the field can change momentum a little bit, but I really think that almost giving up fumble on the reverse really stalled this drive for them, because now you're going from 1st and 10 to 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and now punting it away.
Kick is away from Serrano. Vinny Bonato back to return for Hanover. That ball will be touched by Michigan City at about the 20, and it rolls all the way inside the 10. And that is where Hanover Central will set up shop. 3:14 to go in the half. Make sure you check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or Instagram. The electrifying plays are presented by IBEW Local 697. They are the electrical professionals.
You know, and this might be the longest. They gave him a little bit more back where it hit the Michigan City player compared to downing it in the 10. Which
that's what I thought. It looked like it hit the knee of one of the gunners, and then it rolled all the way inside the 10.
Hanover Central got a little lucky there because they got very close to hitting one of their own guys.
That is true. Very true. Hanover has had some decent drives and decent field position, but they've yet to get on the scoreboard. 3 picks have been thrown by their quarterback, Jeff Renzi. He's made some nice plays with his legs, but he has struggled a little bit in his first career start. Bowie Kima up the middle. He has nowhere to go. He is driven back by 3 different Michigan City Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, again, great job by Michigan City collapsing on the hole, making sure that Bukimi can't get more yards out of it. So, I mean, again, Michigan City's defense has stayed stout on the front. Where they've been hurt on the run is when it's been those longer drives of the 6-8 minute drives, and it can be wearing on a defensive line and defense in general.
Still 7-0 as we approach the 2-minute warning here from Michigan City. 2nd and 10 for Hanover. They're taking their time to talk things over. They're probably content to maybe take this to the half with a long way to go to get in range of scoring some points. 2 receivers and a tight end in the game. It's Buikima again. Up the middle, nowhere really to go for him. A gain of about 3, but a crucial 3rd and medium upcoming for Hanover.
And again, Buikima is doing everything he can to get more yards out there. It seems like he's almost getting hit right away sometimes as Michigan City's just bringing the pressure. I mean, there's not much you can do when they're setting up the box with almost 7 guys. They've got 6 guys in the box on average. So it's making it a little bit more challenging to run the ball than you would like. But in the same breath, their DBs have stayed pretty good on these Hanover Central wide receivers, so it's even harder to throw the ball at times. Got a 7-man box now and passing down.
3rd and 8. Buikima gets the carry. He breaks off a tackle. He spins away. He's close to the first, but he looks like he'll be marked just short. They might get the chains out for this one. It's close.
It's going to be a very close one. I almost thought he got it for a second. I'm wondering if Michigan City called timeout or because I saw there. Oh.
I believe
there's a flag.
There is a flag back at the 25-yard line on the far sidelines. It's a false start on Hanover.
I mean, that's huge. You just had a huge run there that was a potential first down there on 3rd and long, and now either you've got to run the ball and just stick to it and just try to bleed this clock out for the rest of the game or the rest of the half, or you've got to air it out here.
Both teams have 2 timeouts in their pocket. The clock is moving. Michigan City, if they were to get a stop here, they could be set up with decent field position with Hanover punting from their own end.
If I'm Hanover Central right here, I'm not trying to make a play happen deep. If the ball's not there, either throw it away or just dump it off and live to fight another day.
I'd consider just a run, and that is what they'll do. It's Buikima. He's not going anywhere. A minute to go in the half. Michigan City is not calling timeout, and now they will. Cody French puts the tee up, and they will have a minute to go for their last drive of the half. Chris, they could be set up with some of their best field position of the night, depending on where this punt lands.
Yeah, and we thought that was going to happen a little bit earlier, punting from their own end zone. I mean, they ended up having a nice little friendly bounce that helped out the Wildcats there compared to the Wolves.
We'll step aside really quickly on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make...
Micah Van Thalen will punt it away for Hanover. Back to receive will be Mikel Lauren and Damon Thomas for Michigan City. They're after him. The punt is away. It's a line drive kick. Thomas lets it bounce. He'll field it on a hop. He has room along the outside. He's across the 50. He's across the 40. Thomas across the 30. Breaks off a tackle. He's across the 25. Thomas already with an interception in today's game and an electrifying return as Michigan City knocking on the door to make this lead 2 scores with just 40 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, and definitely starting off with their best field position of the game. Most of the times it's either been just past the 50 or deep in their own territory. Now they actually get to start in Hanover Central's territory.
Thomas, your leading candidate for the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowd Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They are the insurance professionals proud to recognize the superheroes on the gridiron. Tristan Hart in an empty set. Back to throw. Looking. Steps up. Evades the sack. Runs for the first. He'll be just short of it. Out of bounds across the 20 with 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, and good job getting out of bounds. You stop the clock, and also you avoid taking a big hit as you're running the ball as a quarterback. You know, you want to avoid those hits as much as possible. That way you can stay healthy for the whole season. I mean, good vision by him and good job of realizing I don't have someone open downfield and breaking off to the edge and just trying to get more yards.
2nd and 4 from the 19. Michigan City at least in field goal range for now, but they want 6. 4 wide. It's a run. No, it's a fake. Hart looking. He'll run for it himself. He'll get it across the 10 and out of bounds again with another Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, and I like the rollout play call when you've got a guy that's as athletic out there as Hart, who's able to take off and run at any moment. When you do that little scramble out, you give the quarterback the option of either throwing downfield or if both guys are covered and there's no one else, there's nothing but green grass in front of you.
Yeah, sold me on the fake. I thought they handed it off to Jeremy Thurman running to the outside.
Sold me on it, too. It was a great play action call there.
Hart on 1st and goal. He'll roll out. Looking. Will he run again? Yes, he will. He's taken down just short of the goal line. We have flags in the backfield as well.
Curious to see what this flag is with it being so far to the outside.
It's a false start.
Oh.
On Michigan City.
They're really letting them play through the false starts
Yeah,
tonight.
we've seen a few where the play has gone all the way through and then they bring it back for a false start. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 13 now with 22 seconds. And Michigan City will be getting ball at half, so this could be a good spot for them to potentially double dip. The old Bill Belichick special, score right before the end of the half and score right out of the half.
Yeah, you know, the good news is they should be in field goal range depending on how confident they are in the kicker. I mean, this should be
it'd be a pretty short field goal.
Yeah.
4 wide for Michigan City. We have whistles again and a timeout called by Hanover defensively. We'll step aside for 30 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be...
1st and goal from the 13. Michigan City has 22 seconds to work with to try to make this lead 2 scores. 4 receivers in the game again. Hart in the shotgun, gets the snap, has a clean pocket, steps up, throws outside, and the ball is dropped. Thurman tried to run with that ball before he had it in his hands.
Yeah, sometimes you got to catch the ball before you start running. I mean, he got really excited. He thought he was going to be able to get a touchdown there, but also good job by Hanover Central's defense closing out. Zerby made sure Hart wasn't going to take off running again. For a second, it looked like he had an open lane, and then Zerby appeared out of nowhere.
Hart back to throw, outside, leaping, and cannot make the catch. Hart a little too tall that time for Nicholas Stewart, the senior receiver. So 3rd and 13, or 3rd and goal from the 13. With just 12 and a half seconds to go, Michigan City does have a timeout at their disposal, so they can work the middle of the field.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at this point, if you think you can get a touchdown, go for it, but also just play to the kicker's advantage. If he wants it in the center of the field, run the ball to the center, call your timeout. If he wants it on the right hash, just run a quick little play up the middle, call a timeout.
Hart back to throw. It's a screen outside and another incomplete pass. That one intended for McKinney. It's good to see him back after taking a big hit earlier in the game. Had to leave after getting hit pretty hard, but he is back in this game. I hadn't seen him until that last play. But on 4th and 13, the kicking unit will be out there. It's Charlie Barnes who will try to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and it's a good sight to see McKinney back out there, especially, I'm sure, for the Wolves offense. You know, he's been kind of a lightning rod for them and making the big plays for them.
He's already got 100 yards receiving in this game off of just 2 catches. 1 for 55 yards and 1 for 45 yards. Barnes from the right hash. A 25-yarder. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is Good. Barnes just knocks it through on a high arcing kick, and the Wolves lead this one 10-0 with just 4 seconds left in the half. So you got to give a lot of credit on that drive to Damon Thomas with the big punt return to set Michigan City up at the 25. They were able to get just close enough for their kicker to knock one through. And Hanover, they've had their chances in this first half. Just too many turnovers has been the story of this half so far. I'm sure Tony Bartolomeo's squad will talk things over in the locker room. But Chris, this has been a pretty exciting first half here in week number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's been super exciting. You're looking at 10-0 going into halftime, bearing anything happening on this kick return. You know, as we just saw, Quincy, right after that field goal, got a nice little light strobe show out there as they scored their points.
Yeah, I don't think they had that for the McKinney touchdown. Or it was daylight when McKinney had that touchdown, so maybe they had it and we couldn't really see it very well, but a nice little strobe light effect. We saw that at Wheeler last year. Those are really only the 2 schools where I think I've seen have that much of a light show. Here's another Quintel kickoff upcoming from Charlie Barnes, who just knocked a field goal through. It's Vinny Bonato back to return for Hanover. We'll probably let him take this one and try to do as much as he can. And this kick will be short and fielded by Furco. He has a lane, but he's quickly swarmed up with under a second to go. And it looks like that will be it for half number 1. 10-0 the lead for the Michigan City Wolves. We'll be back shortly with today's halftime report. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Have you checked out Send Your Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Send Your Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit sentier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Sentier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Sentier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network here from Michigan City. The hometown Wolves lead the Hanover Central Wildcats. My name is Quincy Bell. Alongside me, Chris Figg. Chris, a little bit of a rough start for Hanover, especially on the offensive side. What do they need to do to get on the board in the second half? Because the defense, for the most part, has been holding up their end of the bargain.
Yeah, I mean, Hanover Central's defense is holding up their end of the bargain tonight. They're getting the stops out there. I mean, you've given up 10 points, and of those 10, 7 was a one-play just – again, well-drawn-up offensive play to start out the first quarter for the Michigan City Wolves. However, if I'm Hanover Central, there's a lot of pressure coming in your face. And you've got the running back there who's a pretty shifty guy in Isaiah, number 3. And, again, just start maybe running a halfback screen or two. You're getting a lot of pressure on you. Maybe even move to a draw play. Because, I mean, again, when you're getting pressure on you, you want to get the ball to the outside as much as possible. And with a screen, again, you get blitz 9 times out of 10, a screen's going to break off for a pretty decent play. Even a halfback draw can break off for a decent play when it's blitz.
The leading candidate for the Crawl Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game has got to be Michigan City defensive back Damon Thomas. He picked off Jeff Renzi on the second drive of the game to halt a pretty solid drive for Hanover. And then he returned a punt 35 yards down into the red zone. Michigan City capped off that drive with a field goal to make this a 2-score game. Thomas has been playing terrifically. Crawl Companies are the insurance professionals, proud to recognize the superheroes on the gridiron. We look now to the Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game, sort of the guy that has been doing a lot of the dirty work, might not be showing up on the stat sheet. Chris, you got a leading candidate for that award?
I mean, again, normally it's not always something showing up on the stat sheet, but I got to give it to that front four for Michigan City. I can't really place it on just one player. All front four is getting pressure almost every single play. They're stopping up the run. They're preventing the quarterback from having too much time to throw it. But if we're giving it to an individual player, I'm between Thomas and McKinney. You have 2 big plays from McKinney. One was almost 50 yards with quarterback scrambling in his own end zone, and then you had the huge 55-yard touchdown. But on the flip side, you have Thomas that halted a very promising Hanover Central second drive with that pick, and then you had a huge punt return that put him in field goal range right before the half, able to get more points.
It's some solid choices. You can earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program. We also have the proud Union home play of the game. I mean, so far the winning candidate. We're a little split on this one. Chris said it was the return for Damon Thomas getting Michigan City into field goal range, but McKinney with that big touchdown has also been a big play in this one. There's still a whole other half to play. Hanover might have some words on the play of the game. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.org. They are proud to sponsor the Region Sports Network play of the game. Some other scores around the region. We'll give you another Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update. In the Battle of Broadway over off of I-65, the Maryville Pirates have broken it open on Andre, and they lead it 27-7.
Yeah, and that's a very surprising score. You know, in past times, they've definitely had some closer games, but it seems like that Maryville team is really good this year.
They might be giving Crown Point or Valparaiso a run for their money atop the DAC. From what we've seen from Michigan City so far, they could be a strong candidate. Their defense has looked great, yet to give up a point against a Hanover team that went 9-3 and won the NCC last year. Over at the Brickyard, the Hobart Brickies lead Chesterton 20-3, a bit of a revenge game for Hobart. They got thumped by Chesterton last year in Week 1. They're returning the favor this time at their home field.
Yeah, you know, home field advantage can play a huge part in those early big games, especially one like that where you're getting a little bit more revenge. When you get the crowd into it, I mean, as we've witnessed tonight, you know, Michigan City's crowd, when they get into the game, it gets very loud out there. It can make it hard on the offense or defense to be making play calls or adjustments out there. So, you know, hats off to this crowd out here tonight.
This Michigan City crowd has been very enthusiastic and lively all game. It's a packed house here. And lastly, the Penn Kingsmen are up 14-6 on the Valparaiso Vikings just halfway through the third quarter over in Valparaiso. That's a fun one that should be coming down to the wire. We'll have kickoff next for the second half. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. A top 10 matchup here from Ames Field. It's Michigan City, the home squad, leading the Hanover Central Wildcats 10-0. We're set to start half number 2. Michigan City will get the ball. Hanover won the toss, elected to receive, something you don't see happen too often. Didn't really work out for Hanover. They've yet to put up a point today, but, Chris, a quick stop on defense, maybe some good field position, and a newfound mindset coming out of half 2 could get them back in this one.
Yeah, it's a very ballsy call by receiving the ball in the beginning. You're hoping your offense can really get the momentum started in this game. Unfortunately, Hanover Central wasn't able to capture that magic. However, coming into the second half, it can be a real, set or a momentum setter for you. Get a nice little 3-and-out to start after that offense just scored on you again. Even though it was a field goal, you're still down 2 scores at this point. Get a quick 3-and-out, get your offense back on the field, and let them work their magic out there.
On the flip side, for Michigan City, a score, particularly a touchdown, could make this a 3-score game and could potentially try to put this one away early. It will be a big pivotal drive to open up this second half right out of the gates.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because I feel like Michigan City's offense, they've had some really huge plays as far as just big plays. Seems like the drives just keep stalling out after the big plays. They've got the momentum, and then the offense just falters a little bit. A quick mistake, like earlier we had that big catch from McKinney. Next play, you have an almost fumble on a little reverse action there.
Zaire McKinney coming into his senior year, he had 17 catches for 320 yards last year. He's already got 100 in week number 1. 55-yard touchdown and a 45-yard catch up to midfield when Tristan Hart launched that from his own end zone.
Yeah, I think McKinney's going to definitely break his career highs from last season. So he's set to have a pretty special year if he keeps up the progress from tonight.
Another Quintel kickoff is underway. We're underway from half number 2. Back to receive is Laurent. He's cutting it outside. Now cuts back to the middle. He'll be dragged down just past the 20. And we have a late flag coming in at the very end of that play.
Yeah, it seems things are getting a little chippy out there between these two teams. And again, a little bit of a gutsy call from Laurent returning there. You could have almost let it go and got a touchback. Got 4 yards compared to the 20. So I'm curious to see who this penalty is on.
This could be coming out near midfield, or it could be coming back. And it looks like unnecessary roughness on Hanover, or on Michigan City. The referee pointed the wrong way originally. Or I think it's offsetting penalties, actually.
I think it's 2. No,
they're moving back.
Yeah.
So he did point the wrong way first.
Faking us out
week one for the refs as well.
Faking us out like Michigan City with their play action down in the red zone.
Yeah, that has been a key piece for them when they've gotten down near field goal range. So it looks like Michigan City will be setting up shop from the 12.
And it looks like Fields is lining up in the backfield to start the second half. He didn't really see him in the first half.
Yeah, didn't see a lot of Daquan Fields. The Portage transfer was supposed to be a big key piece for Michigan City this year. Hart will keep it on the misdirection handoff, and he has room. He breaks to the second level, and he has a 4-season mechanical first down when the ball comes out. At the end of that play, they're going to rule Hart down. Yeah, Tristan Hart lost the ball just at the end of that play, but, Chris, I believe he was down.
Yeah, the ground definitely caused the fumble. You still got to hold on tight because sometimes, again, with it being high school football, you're not always going to get that call. They don't have a replay booth or reviews that they can do, so you got to make sure you're holding on to that ball at all times. But I do believe he was down on that. He looked down by quite a bit there.
Hart, this time it's Daquan Fields. Power running. He's across the 40, and he's taking defenders with him. Up near the 45 with another Four Seasons mechanical first down.
And it looks like Fields is taking off right where he left off last season with Portage. I mean, he was a power runner when I saw him play, and he's still sticking with it. Sticking that arm out, making it not necessarily a guy miss, just making an arm tackle breakaway there.
Daquan Fields stands at 6'2", 230. He is a hard guy to bring down. Hart once again in the gun with 4 receivers out wide and Fields in the backfield with him. And it will be Fields again, power running, straight ahead, taking defenders with him for 6 yards. A late flag comes in.
I don't know if it's going to be a holding or a face mask there. But, I mean, again, Fields is just a downfield power runner, just straight north and south. Honestly, with the 6'2", 230, I mean, he's almost at the same size as Derrick Henry if you think about that. 6'3", 250, he's about 20 pounds away.
He's built like a defensive end, and I believe he played a little bit of DE at Portage. And it looks like this play will be coming back. Now it's a sideline warning issued to Michigan City. Maybe some guys doing a little bit too much chirping on the sidelines. So this play is going to be backed up. I guess it's from the spot of the – I'm not really sure what they're calling.
Usually, I think it's a 5-yard penalty. Usually a warning, there's no penalty. So I'm kind of intrigued by that unless it's changed. I mean, again, it's been 11 years since I've played high school football. So
PA system said sideline warning. Here's Demarion Evans on the carry, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. I mean, Evan Marsiglio coming off the edge wraps up the running back.
And that's a great play by Hanover Central there. You know, again, we talked about setting the tone with your defense. Yes, they've gotten a first down. You know, you took advantage of Fields being off on that play and the power run and just bringing the house. I mean, it paid off in the long run because, again, you get a huge stop there. They lose about, I want to say, a yard or two off of it.
There's a little bit of confusion, I believe, on what down it is. The scoreboard says 2nd and 10.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong.
I believe it's 3rd down.
Because sideline warning is usually a loss of down because it's an after
the play happened.
Yeah.
The down marker says 2nd and 10. The scoreboard says 2nd and 10. But this would be the 3rd play. Now the scoreboard has just changed to 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I saw the white hat come or look at the booth and throw up the 3. So definitely a 3rd down. So it was a loss of down with that sideline warning.
So it's 3rd and 10 from the 44. This is a crucial play for Hanover to potentially get off the field and get their offense back out there to try to put some points on the board and make this game interesting. Hart back to throw on 3rd and long. Steps up. He's going to take off, and he has a lot of green grass. Trinidad Hart has the first down up across the 40.
And he did a good job of not – it almost looked like he tripped, but we'll call it a slide there. He did a good job of sliding there, you know, avoiding contact. And, again, you know, when the defense does that, they had no one in the center of the field. They're not running zone. It's a straight man coverage. No one in the center of the field. You got a gap. You got to take off there.
That's one of the downsides of man coverage. If you do end up having a blitz be picked up and the QB has room to run, there's nobody really to account for him. Here's Evans breaking to the outside. He's through to the 2nd level. Hanover finally brings him down across the 25, but Michigan City out of the gates flying out of half.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely flying out of the gates at the half. You know, we talked about in the first half they had a couple big plays, drive stalled. It seems like this drive is going along cue just like they've won it all game. Hats off to Blake Belcher there, though, on the Hanover Central side of getting downfield and being the first man there to make the tackle.
1st and 10, Hart from the 28. Handoff, Evans, 2nd level again. And this Hanover defensive line might be playing a little bit tired. They've been out there for a while. This offensive line for Michigan City, you know, returning 3 of 5 starters on the line. That time Wesley Schmidt and Edgar Garcia, the center and right guard, just giving a huge lane for Evans straight up the middle. 7 yards, and it's 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're going no, they're not going heavy. It's just normal.
4 wide again. Another run, Evans outside, breaks to the pylon. He dives, and he's in. Touchdown, Wolves.
And what a play by Evans there. He's following his blockers off the edge, and he does a great job of breaking that first tackle and just fighting through contact on that second one. You know, we talked about it. That's a momentum just breaker for Hanover Central on this drive. You not only just had Michigan City come out the first drive of the game, or first drive of the half and score, they got the 3 points before half, so they did the good old, as you said before, Bill Belichick double dip there. 2 scores and 2 halves right back to back.
Barnes is on for the extra point. It would make this a 3-score game. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. 17-0 Wolves with just under 9 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
And he was just a... Welcome back to game night on the Region Sports Network. 17-0, the lead for the Michigan City Wolves. Chris, this is a team that was a disappointment to say the least last year. They went 3-7 with a very strong defense, lost 4 one-score games, but against a team that won their conference last year, Hanover, they look strong.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a great job this second half of just coming out, opening the floodgates, and just driving down the field and scoring. A couple of huge plays from their quarterback in Hart with a couple of scrambles.
Hanover needs points in a hurry. That ball will roll into the end zone. It's a touchback, so the Wildcats will set up shop at the 25.
Definitely a gutsy, letting the ball bounce for a second there. It looked like it was going to stop on the 1, and then now you're trying to start a drive from in your own 10. And, I mean, again, like you say, Hanover Central, unfortunately, you want to try to stick to the run game as much as possible because that's what was successful in the first half. But I think if they want to be successful this second half, they're really going to have to switch it up and move to more of a draw screen game.
We saw a lot of Isaiah Buikima with a lot of runs. He was able to get a lot of gaps. The Hanover offensive line, which, like Michigan City, returns 3 starters. But a few negative plays and a few interceptions from Renzi have held them off the scoreboard. Buikima, again, he has nowhere to go on 1st and 10.
And again, it's that Michigan City front 4. They are just getting pressure the entire time. They're not giving up grounds. They're making it harder for that offensive line to get the push and open the gaps for Isaiah to get those, Bukimi to get those big runs again. So, I mean, as long as Michigan City can control the line of scrimmage, I mean, it's going to make this run game harder and harder.
17-0 Wolves, 8:30 to go in quarter number 3. Jeff Renzi in the gun, gets the snap, he rolls out, he'll keep it. Along the edge, gets to the sidelines, a gain of about 5, but we have flags, and they might get Buikima for a hold.
Yeah, I think it's coming back for a hold, which is unfortunate because you got a good 5-yard run there. And it seems like this quarterback sweep's kind of been working for him. It seems like they're getting at least 5 yards a pop every time, but it's not a play you want to keep going to because you don't want to get your quarterback to get hit too many times.
Story of the game for Hanover, just a few too many penalties and negative yardage plays. They're backed up on 2nd down. Hanover Central, you talk about how they've struggled today, but they're working in a new, pretty much a whole new offense. A bunch of guys graduated last year from an offense that averaged 35.9 points per game last year. It's hard to replace that type of production when so many guys leave. But playing a DAC team week 1 will not be easy, but they are still one of the stronger teams in the region in terms of 4A. They'll still be a threat to win the NCC, and scheduling hard early in the season will get you prepared for the postseason. That run not going anywhere, so it'll be 3rd and long upcoming. But yeah, Hanover Central, they got Bishop Chatard next week before they go into conference play. It'll be 2 tough games, but it'll get them battle tested and prepared.
Yeah, I mean, this is a battle tested game. As much as it counts towards your overall record, it doesn't count towards the conference record, which is nice. So you're getting battle tested before you start that conference play. And, right there, instead of doing a QB sweep, they did a read. And unfortunately, just a wrong read there. Defensive end was still sitting waiting for the quarterback there.
3rd and 12. Renzi has 4 wide. And we got movement early. 2 guys moved. I think it was Nate Conlon of Hanover who moved first.
I know his brother's out there. I saw him trying to point towards the defense to give his brother a little credit there.
We'll see. The referees will talk about this one. And it's encroachment on Michigan City. I stand corrected.
Looks like Nate Conlon was able to get in the ref's ear there, pointing out.
And that's a big play, too, because 3rd and 12 now becomes 3rd and 7. Could see an easier first down attempt here for Hanover. Same set, 3 receivers to the left of Renzi. Gets the snap, looking, rolls out, steps up. He's going to take off. Can he get to the sidelines and grab the edge? Yes, he can. He has a Four Seasons mechanical first down.
He did a great job of tucking the ball right away as he realized he was running. He didn't keep it out there, tucked it away, made sure that he wasn't going to fumble it, able to get the first down. And, we talked a little bit about it during the halftime. Sometimes you just got to tuck the ball and run. When the receivers aren't open, you've got a lane. Just go ahead and take off.
That's what Renzi did. He's had multiple first downs courtesy of his legs. You look over at Michigan City, a team that usually is in the mix to contend for the DAC. It's been a while since they've won the conference, but they're normally in the conversation. They are known to give some of the top teams a tough game now and then. Here's a run straight up the gut. Buikima. That was Dominic Giglio. That's the first we've seen of him today. Instead of number 3, it was 33 on the carry.
Yeah, and that was a huge run there, and that can, again, I think that first down started a little bit of momentum on this drive, and then a huge run there from Giglio. Again, that's a huge, huge first down carry. And, I was going to note that Buikima, or Isaiah and Anthony Lehman are not out there right now that I've seen.
Yeah, Lehman was the main target in the first half. They were throwing some screens to him. He was doing a lot of pulling, blocking very well for Buikima. But it's Giglio back out there for this snap. 2 receivers stacked on each side, but it's Giglio getting the carry up the middle and a solid carry of 6.
Seems like they went with a little bit of a change of pace back in the second half. They had their shifty guys start out, and then Giglio comes in, and he seems more of a power back. He's breaking off tackles, getting a couple more yards out of it. So I'm thinking they just went with a change of pace the second half, and it seems to be paying off for them so far.
2nd and 5. 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. You got to think Hanover Central, to keep Hope alive, they need points on this drive. And then once again, they're spreading some receivers out wide, 2 on each side. Renzi. Play action, he keeps it, and he's wrapped up. Nowhere to go. Ethan Buskirk, the linebacker, straight into the backfield.
Yeah, and they did a little bit of a midline option there. He had the chance to hand it off. If the safety sits, midline's a little bit different. If that edge sits or the 3 technique sits, you actually want to keep it because usually they're going to be chasing down or hand it off there. In that situation, it seemed like he made the right read. Just Michigan City was able to come in and stop the play before it could get any legs.
Sometimes on plays like that, no read is the right read because the defensive line just breaks through too quickly.
And again, just shout out to this front 4. They've been doing a great job of creating chaos there.
2 receivers stacked on each side. Renzi keeps it along the edge. He has space. He's going to be close to the first down, and he grabs the corner. He has it.
And just as you said just a second ago, sometimes no read or any read is the wrong read. That time the right read was the right call, and he was able to get about 9 yards, I think, on that carry. Able to get the first down, catch the corner. Offenses looked a little bit different. They're doing more quarterback-style runs with the option game as well as the sweeps. And then, like I said, with this new running back in Giglio, he's just been more of a power downhill running back for him.
I don't think we saw any of him in the first half.
I don't think we did either.
Some new receivers are in the game as well. Cameron Andrzejewicz and Braden Hurley are lined up to the bottom of your screen. Handoff Giglio. Can he bounce it to the outside? Yes, he can. He has space. A lot of room to run across the 25. He's pushed out of bounds inside the red zone.
And, again, just great field vision from these running backs for Hanover Central. They see that hole's not there. They bounce it away, and he's able to bounce it out for a huge gain there. This has been probably one of the better drives of Hanover Central this entire game, I would say.
This is the 3rd time they've been in the red zone. Both of the other times ended with interceptions. But they're knocking on the door to punch this in and get on the board for the first time this season. Once again, they're stacking 2 receivers to each side. Furco and Bonato to the top, and Andrejevic and Hurley to the bottom. It's Giglio. Breaks off a tackle, but he's quickly swarmed up by multiple Wolves. A whole pack of them will bring him down. High stepping after that play was Desmond Howard.
I believe Desmond Howard had first contact there and was able to let the rest of the Wolf pack catch up there. And again, he's been a force on that front line today. He's been either the first contact or he's stopped a play or gotten pressure on the quarterback this entire game.
He could be a leading candidate for that Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. He's been working hard out there today, that's for sure, Chris.
Yeah, and I mean on both sides of the ball, too.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of blocking on the offensive side. 2nd and 9 with 3:30 to go in the third. Renzi fumbled the snap. It's picked up, and it's going the other way. Michigan City bringing it all the way back. Jaden Brinkman all the way, and that might be the knockout punch.
It very well could be the knockout punch. Not only is it a defensive touchdown, it's a big man touchdown out there from him.
They are going crazy out there. 23-0. Ames Field is rocking tonight.
Got to say, Quincy, I was actually talking about this earlier with my wife. There is nothing like a big boy touchdown. Everyone gets riled up. It's hard, especially when you're the opposing team, because part of you's like, man, it feels great to see a big man score, but unfortunately it's against you at times.
A disaster for Hanover Central. They're 0 for 3 in the red zone today with 3 turnovers. $23-0, and Barnes is out for the extra point. Kick is up, and kick is good. 24-0 Wolves. We step aside for a moment. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town, alongside Chris Figg, and my name is Quincy Bell. Chris, I would say this game has been closer than the final score, or than the score right now is to be believed, but the story of the game has just been some costly and untimely turnovers for Hanover.
Yeah, you know, the name of the game is, unfortunately, the team with more turnovers typically loses, and it's starting to head in that direction for Hanover Central. Hate to see it with the fight they had in the first half. But as we were just saying, that might have been the backbreaker right there. When a defensive touchdown happens, especially when you're already down by 3 scores, now you're down by 4. I mean, that's a huge swing.
3 interceptions and a fumble. It would take a lot for Hanover to come back in this game. But Michigan City, give them credit. They have been looking very strong today. You look for them, the schedule does not get much easier. They are at Lafayette Jeff coming up next week. That won't be an easy game for them. They played Lafayette Jeff at home last year, lost 17-13. But, you know, with the way they've been playing now, the Broncos might be in for a fight next week.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely might be in for a fight. If this defense keeps up this momentum they're carrying from this game, I mean, they have a chance to be probably one of the top defenses in the region.
Could be, and this is a team that lost 8 starters from last year. Solid run up the middle for Giglio. He's trying to fight for more, but he's ripped to the ground.
Again, great power run by Giglio. Unfortunately, it's only a 1-yard gain compared to some of those bigger runs he had. And, it felt like Hanover Central really had some momentum going there on that first drive of this half, and it just feels like sales are a little bit deflated.
But like we said, this will be a good test and learning experience for them. This game was never going to be easy. Breaking in a new coach, a new offense, on the road in a hostile DAC environment. Handoff, Giglio looking for room, and he's picked up and ripped to the ground. And that will come with a little bit of baggage, an unnecessary roughness penalty there. And head coach Cody French does not like that.
Yeah, I think this game is going to start getting to become a chippy one if this keeps up. And, it can get chippy either way, but especially when you're down 4 scores and, again, a little bit of almost excess celebration by a little bit of unnecessary fun after the whistle. However, you're up by 4 scores, a quick 10-yard penalty. Unless Hanover Central goes on a run here, it still feels like this game could almost be out of reach, but in the same breath, this is high school football. We've seen crazier things happen.
That is true. Head coach Cody French down there making his case. This is his 3rd year at Michigan City. He spent 2 years as the head coach of Calumet. In those 2 years, had a 15-6 record, including a 9-2 season in his 2nd year there. Michigan City took notice, picked him up to be their head coach. At Michigan City, he has a record of 9-12, but he's off to a strong start here in the 2025 season. Renzi delivers incomplete, looking outside to Furco. But this is a Michigan City program that is looking for a strong year this year, and they're off to a good start.
And funny enough, it's Fields there getting pressure this time, and he was the guy that had that huge fumble return right before this drive, and he even got a couple carries on offense to start out this second half.
I was scrambling and looking at the roster for a number while the return was happening, and I did end up saying the wrong player. It was Fields, who did bring it all the way back, the running back and defensive end playing both ways. We were talking about how we hadn't seen much of him this game, but that has surely changed in this second half. Bowie Kima directing traffic and has a solid carry of about 7. It'll be 3rd and short upcoming.
And back to that change of pace. You went from more of a power-style running back right back to Bowie Kima, and he's, again, more of a shifty guy there, and it's given the defense a little bit of troubles, but in the same breath, this front four has been able to fight back against that adversity and that change of pace throughout the game so far, at least in this half.
And Hanover, I think, like we said, barring a pretty extraordinary comeback, you can take some positives from this game. The run game was working well. They were able, it's not that they just were completely halted on every single play, although that time Michigan City breaking through and a whole pack of wolves will drag down Bowie Kima. But they have some positives to take away from this game. It wasn't for the lack of driving ability. They were able to get to the red zone multiple times. Really, their Achilles heel has just been the turnovers.
Yeah, and the turnovers can kill you. I mean, it's a 4 turnover differential in this game. I believe I could be a little bit off on that. I mean, Michigan City almost had a turnover in the first half, able to fall on it. But again, this second half, they've looked like an entirely different offense than the one drive they've had. And that's another refreshing thing to think. I mean, we're down to almost 30 seconds in the
That's over the head of the punter, Van Thalen. Can he get back on top of it? He cannot. It's picked up, and it's going the other way. Isaiah Gibson, another defensive touchdown for Michigan City.
And if that Fields touchdown wasn't a nail in the coffin, that one might have been. But we do have a flag. Maybe excessive celebration. Oh.
I saw the signal for targeting.
I did too. So that's going to call this touchdown back? Yeah. Let's wait to see what they decide on the field.
It could be when multiple guys dove on top of the punter. That could be the targeting penalty. It's on Michigan. It says the touchdown will stand, it looks like. The referee put both his hands in the air now.
I think he's as confused as us.
Yeah, I don't think he. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. They might be backing up the extra point. And it looks like they have confirmed the touchdown.
It looks like they're going to maybe not tack the yards onto the extra point, but the kickoff.
We'll have to see. These referees have had their fair share of calls to make in this game. It's been a pretty chippy, penalty-filled contest from both sides. So if it was targeting, you would think that the touchdown wouldn't stand because the penalty resulted in the touchdown.
I agree, but then he didn't really do a targeting symbol after. He did more of a personal foul, so I don't know if it was after he had crossed the end zone or what had happened, but it does look like they're going to tack it on to the kickoff instead, which could benefit Hanover Central, but again, unfortunately, a turnover-filled game has just hurt them tonight.
Extra point is good from Barnes. 31-0 Wolves. We'll be back in 30 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. A 10-0 game at half has turned into a waterfall of points for Michigan City. 21-0. They have outscored the Wildcats in this third quarter. Bonato back to return for Hanover Central, and he gets out of bounds across the 35, and more flags are down.
Yeah, that ref was ready for the flag. He saw that late hit coming. I believe that's what's going to be the call, because as he was going out of bounds, got a little hit. Again, more of a love tap than a hit, really. But
he was still. If you're still standing, it's not really a hit.
But it's still a penalty.
It is still a penalty.
You know, it's amazing because as we were talking about getting to see a second offensive drive in the second half from Michigan City's offense, it almost feels like Alabama Crimson Tide back in 2013 where their defense was just immaculate. They couldn't put an offense out there if they needed to, or 2000 Miami.
Yeah. I saw a post. It was a bracket of to try to find the best college football team of all time. My opinion, the best college football team of all has to be 2001 Miami. You had NFL players at nearly every single position of that team.
Well, you had at least two Hall of Famers potentially. And think about it like this. Ed Reed was the starting safety. You know who his backup was? Sean Taylor.
They had Vince Wilfork on that team too, I believe. Just loaded.
I think I looked up the stat the other day. They had 21 first-round picks on that team.
Oh, my goodness. That is almost unheard of. Hanover Central will let the third quarter clock wind down. Put your fours up, folks. The fourth quarter comes your way next. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Fourth quarter set to start here from Ames Field. Michigan City, 2 defensive touchdowns in that third quarter. They're all over Hanover Central. They lead at 31-0. And the DAC might need to take note because the Wolves have made their presence known today.
Yeah, and I mean, this is still a good Hanover Central team. The scoreboard may not fully reflect that. But as we said, they've done a lot of good things on offense as far as running the ball. Just some unfortunate mistakes in this game, and it looks like they've put in their backup quarterback.
Some movement up front and a full start for Michigan City. We'll give you some score updates from around the region. There are plenty more games that are going on today. Crown Point up 28-0 at the half against the Lowell Red Devils. The battle for the old leather helmet. That's a bitter rivalry, Chris. That's where I was at week 1 of last year. Quick throw outside. It's caught by Furco for the first down. Wyatt Toole, the new QB in the game for Hanover Central. Lake Central up 7-0 against Munster in quarter number 1.
I think that might be the first receiver for Hanover Central not named Lehman tonight. I don't think there might have been 1 or 2 other guys that have gotten a couple of receptions, but I believe that's Furco's first reception of the game.
At the half, the LaPorte Slicers lead New Prairie 14-7. That's something the Michigan City fans would not be too happy to hear about. That is a huge rivalry, Michigan City and LaPorte. Here's a run. Giglio gets about 2 on that carry. Looking over to the other games that are going on the Region Sports Network, Valparaiso and Penn. It's the Kingsmen who lead 21-13 with 2 minutes to go. And Valpo just got the ball on a turnover. They're set up at the 30 with a chance to tie the game.
That's going to be a fun little ending to the game. See if they're able to tie it up or if they end up just, unfortunately losing to Penn.
And here's another DAC team who has put the conference on notice. The Maryville Pirates up 41-7 on Andrean.
That's huge. I mean, Andrean, as we said, is good year in, year out. And almost another turnover for Hanover Central there. Safety from Michigan City there was tracking the ball down. Almost had a chance at it, but still was a little too far away for even him.
We have an update from the Lake Central Munster game. It's the Mustangs who lead Lake Central 21-17 in the third quarter. Munster has not beaten Lake Central since 2014.
Oh, wow. It's been quite a while. I mean, and again, that's a Lake Central team that we were able to see them in the scrimmage last week. They're not a bad team by any means. Their offense and defense look fully primed for the season.
3rd and 9 for Hanover. Thrown outside and it's caught. Luke Kopech is dragged just short of the first down. This scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strack Van Til Food Market, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. So Michigan City and Maryville, I believe, have been the two that I've been the most surprised with, because I believe a lot of people thought that this game was going to be a very close competitive game, 8-9 in the rankings. You look at Andrean and Maryville, that's 3-2 in the region rankings, and just 2 blowouts from Michigan City and Maryville, 2 teams that could be, obviously Crown Point has been the standard of DAC football these past couple of years, but they could be challenged this year, that's for sure. Fielded on a bounce. This punt is away. It'll roll up to the 15 where Hanover will down this one.
Very friendly Hanover Central bounce right there. And again, defense, even though this game could be out of reach, again, we've seen crazier things happen in high school football. But if I'm the defense right now, I'm wanting to leave this game on a high note. Try to get a 3-and-out or 2. Even if this is your last drive, get a 3 and out, let the offense try to score, and just end this game on a high note, really.
Before we get going with this next drive, we're going to name some awards, first of which will be the Carl Company's Superhero of the Game. Quite a few options here for Michigan City. Could be Damon Thomas, who had the interception and the punt return for the touchdown. Zaire McKinney with a couple of big catches in the first half. I'm going to give it to Thomas. I feel like he's been terrific on the edge. I mean, these Hanover receivers have had just nothing at all. That's a very solid run up the middle that time from Jeremy Thurman.
It's a great job of Michigan City's line getting movement, not only on the front three, but I also saw one of their linemen pancaking one of the linebackers. That's great movement. And
yeah, downfield blocking.
And being a lineman, it's sometimes hard to get that downfield block, but I do agree with Thomas. I mean, he's been hands down stopped the first promising drive from Hanover Central and had that huge punt return before the half to set up a field goal.
Here's Thurman again. He breaks free across the 50. Another distance run for Michigan City. But Damon Thomas is your Carl Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Carl Company's office is open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Next will be the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, the guy that's been working hard but might not be reflected on the score sheet. Chris, you're a big fan of the linemen. You got a favorite one today? I know you've been talking a lot about the defensive front for Michigan City for that award potentially.
Yeah, and really it's a toss-up. Desmond Howard has gotten a lot of pressure, but I really got to give it to Fields. Fields had that huge fumble return for a touchdown. Essentially Hanover Central's first drive of this half. I mean, this is the second time we've seen their offense due to turnovers. But, I mean, Fields has not only ran the ball a couple times this first half, averaging almost, I believe, 4 or 5 yards a carry. He broke this game wide open with that huge fumble return for a touchdown. I mean, it was at least a 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Hanover was in the red zone, and he brought it all the way back. Here's a run, bouncing to the outside. Jaquiah Davenport up near the first down marker, but Daquan Fields is your Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program. And last but certainly not least, the Proud Union Home Play of the Game. We have a few options. The first play of the game, or offensive play of the game for Michigan City, Zaire McKinney, 55 yards to the house. One of the 2 defensive touchdowns. I think it's got to be the McKinney touchdown. I mean, to start the game, the first half was pretty close, but just lightning straight out of the gate, and Michigan City hasn't really looked back since then. If you want to differ on that, Chris, I'm open to hearing your side.
I think Fields' fumble touchdown was a huge play, but I agree. That McKinney touchdown to start off the beginning of the game, I mean, that's a 55-yard touchdown, one play on your opening drive, and it really set the momentum of this game and set the momentum towards Michigan City. I mean, they've really had their foot down on the gas for the most part. Even though the first half wasn't as offensive studded as you would have thought with some of the big plays they had, you still had their defense come in with that momentum saying, hey, we've already got 7 on the board. We can get these 3 and outs, get these stops, turnovers, make sure they're not able to really do much with the ball.
Zaire McKinney with the touchdown. That's been your Proud Union Home Play of the Game. To find out how you can become a Union Iron Worker, visit ironworkers395.com. Handoff, Thurman to the outside. Flags fly. He breaks off a tackle. He's near the first, but this most likely will be coming back, and it will be.
Did like Thurman throwing his blocker into the defender right there.
Yeah, so go that way.
He said, hey, the guy's right there. I'm going to throw you right at him so I can get a couple more yards. I don't think he knew there was a holding in the back, but still.
You got to run as if there isn't.
Oh, yeah. Always act like there's not a penalty, because the one time they decide to wave it off is the one time you have a big play.
That's for sure. One thing to note, if Michigan City does get this to a 35-point lead, a running clock will be instituted. 7:10 to go in this one here from Ames Field. But the Wolves are making a statement here today. They are not to be taken lightly in the Duneland Athletic Conference this year. Trinidad Hart still in the game. Hands to Evans, cutting back through a lane. has about 4 on the carry.
Really just getting this run game working this second half and just making sure that you're able to bleed the clock out. Don't want to leave Hanover Central with too many opportunities, but in the same breath, at this point, we keep saying in high school football you never know, but I believe this game is going to be coming to a close.
I'm a little surprised to some extent that they still have Hart out there.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to, as you said, both
get
teams.
Reps. You got to get reps. It's week 1.
Yeah, it's week 1. You want to get the reps, but also think about it like this, this is a challenge game for them too. Hanover Central came in as a top 10 team in the region.
And Hart didn't know the snap was coming. He jumps on it at the 45.
Looks like there's another penalty flag. I'm wondering if this is going to be one of those elusive false starts they let keep going.
Could be.
Could have also been illegal motion.
Yeah, you were talking about that during the break because the signal for illegal motion is the same as a false start, just the referee rolling his fist. But it looks like
illegal shift maybe on that one.
Looks like that play is going to stand. Michigan City is having the ball way deep. They're at the 46. They're at their own 46. They need to get to the 20. Screen pass in the flat. Evans is ripped down, and more flags are coming in, and there's some pushing and shoving behind the play.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think this is a holding. I'd be shocked, but either way, if you're Hanover Central, even if it is a penalty on Michigan City, just decline it, get the ball back. It's 3rd and a mile. You're going to make it 3rd and a mile and a half at that point.
Yeah, I think you'll be hard-pressed to find another game this season with more flags, Chris. There's been a ton in this game.
Ton of flags, and again, as we said, it's week 1. The mental mistakes are going to happen this week. It's better to get them out when it's non-conference time than when it is conference time. Because when it comes conference play, and especially in the DAC, you've got to compete with Crown Point every year, and you want to make sure that you're putting your best team out there every time against them.
That's for sure. Michigan City last year against Crown Point lost 35-8 at home. I'm sure they're looking for a better result this year. Michigan City and Crown Point will be playing the last regular season week of the year, and Michigan City is getting pushed back further. We might be looking at a 4th and 49 here, Chris.
To be honest, it got a little bit too far when it got past 3rd and 20 for me, so I just stopped doing the math there.
Well, it was 4th and 34. If that was a 15-yard penalty, it would be 4th and 49.
I'm glad you're doing the math, Quincy, because my brain did not want to do that much.
Kick is away. It bounces just past the 50. It'll take a Michigan City roll and will settle down at the 38. We'll step aside. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated.
Welcome back. Wyatt Toole, the second string out there for Hanover, trying to see what he can prove out of the quarterback spot. Him and Renzi, who got the start today for Hanover, both juniors. Renzi, other than the turnovers, Chris, he didn't look that bad. He had to deal with a ferocious Michigan City front.
Yeah, this is a Michigan City defense that is just getting after the ball carrier, whether you're throwing the ball, whether you're running it. They've just done a really good job of getting after the ball carrier. And at this point, it looks like Hanover Central is going a little bit deeper in the well, while Michigan City is still keeping out most of their starting defense, it looks like.
Michigan City is playing hard to the final whistle. We're under 5 minutes to go in this contest. Handoff up the middle. Solid carry for Hanover. They'll have a third medium upcoming.
And, I actually kind of like the call of Michigan City keeping the starters out there. You're keeping the foot on the gas, even though this game's out of reach with under 5 minutes left to play. you're getting valuable playing time for some of those newcomers. As we said, they lost 8 of their top tacklers from last season, but it still looks like their defense isn't missing a single stride with that loss.
3rd and 4 from the 44. Toole played in 3 games last year, was 6 for 15 with an interception, those all coming in blowouts for Hanover last year.
And it looks like Hanover's going to go for it on 4th down. Don't have much to lose at this point. It's 4th and 5. I mean, if you punt the ball away, let the clock drain out. But in the same breath, you can try to get a touchdown here and at least build some momentum towards your game next week.
Hanover will face Indianapolis Bishop Chatard next week. Michigan City will drive an hour and a half south to take on Lafayette Jeff. Those will be two pretty good games. Michigan City, Lafayette, Jeff would be a nice game to call. Unfortunately, the Broncos will get that one at home. I'm interested to see who wins that one because that's going to be, I think, a really competitive game.
Yeah, I think if Michigan City keeps it up from this game, it's going to go from a competitive game to it could be potentially this defense just shining again. Two huge defensive touchdowns, one on a punt, one on just a fumble. If this defense can keep that momentum going, they have the chance to be something really special this season.
They could. You take a look at Lafayette Jeff. They actually played Bishop Chatard in this week 1. Bishop Chatard won that one 35-28.
It's going to be interesting to see what Michigan City and Hanover Central looks like next week playing both those teams. Again, it's hard for us to judge because we can't really view what happened in that game.
Those are 2 teams that are normally pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll see if we can give you some more scores from around the region. Valparaiso did fall to the Penn Kingsmen in week 1, 21-13 the final on that one. Penn always one of the strongest teams coming out of the South Bend area, Mishawaka specifically.
Yeah, definitely a heartbreaker there. As we saw earlier, they had a turnover. Looked like Valpo had a chance to either tie it or at least put some more points on the board, and unfortunately just wasn't able to.
The Morton Governors up 28-7 on the Portage Indians in the 4th quarter. That punt is shanked over near the 50, and Michigan City will just let that one roll.
Not as friendly of a bounce on the punts that Hanover Central's been getting.
And the scoreboard just cut out. Oh, it's back on now. The scoreboard just completely went black for a couple seconds. Chris, a team we saw a lot last year, the Wheeler Bearcats, they take down South Central 52-0.
Seems like Wheeler is off to a hot start again. Their offense last season was a very balanced attack for the most part, but winning 52-0 opening week, that's definitely a great trendsetter for the rest of the season for you.
You'd take that any week, but specifically week 1. John Glenn leads Boone Grove 29-0 in the 3rd. Michigan City with the 2nd unit in now. Bouncing it to the outside is Jakia Davenport, and he's near the 1st. And another flag flies late in this one.
I think we're going to see a lot more flags before this game's over.
I would not be surprised. Calumet, the Warriors, lead the Osceola Grace Eagles 34-0 in just the 2nd quarter. Calumet, we saw them last year. They looked pretty solid against the aforementioned Wheeler Bearcats. The Hobart Brickies still up 20-3 on Chesterton. Another top 10 matchup in the region. That's number 5 versus number 6, and the Brickies look strong at the beginning of this one. Crown Point, they've gone final with the Lowell Red Devils. The Bulldogs win that one 38-7.
That's a huge win for Crown Point. Lowell's another one that always is fielding a great team every year, always a competitive team. So start off your season beating a competitive team like that can definitely lead to a great trend for the rest of the season.
River Forest locked in a dogfight with East Chicago Central. The Ingots lead that one 28-22. Griffith, the Panthers, lead the Highland Trojans in the Battle of the Bike Path. Griffith up 31-14 in that one. Thrown outside. It's once again caught by Davenport. He'll have a solid catch and run.
Looks like there might be another holding call on this one, and almost some extracurricular there as well after the penalty or after the flag.
Rensselaer Central and Kankakee Valley in a tie game in the fourth quarter, tied 21-21. You're right, Chris. We've seen our fair share of flags and extracurriculars in this one. In the third quarter from Munster High School, the Mustangs lead the Lake Central Indians 28-24 in the third quarter.
That's going to be a close one to end out, and it'll be interesting to see because, Munster didn't have as great of a season as they wanted last season, but if they can start off with a big win against Lake Central, that can, again.
That's a game for Munster where that makes their season if they win that game. Deep throw into one-on-one coverage. A nifty toe tap along the side by Nigel Conley, but he can't get the foot in. But yeah, Munster-Lake Central, that's a big rivalry. Lake Central has had the upper hand over Munster for the last 10 years, but if the Mustangs can get a win that game, I think they would be fine going 1-8 if that's their only win. That would be a massive win for Munster.
Well, that one in Highland especially. I always want to win the Battle of the Bridge.
That's true. They did take down Highland for the first time in a while last year. That ball lobbed deep into coverage, and it's intercepted. Hanover brings this one back the other way.
And that is the first turnover from Michigan City all night. Obviously it's coming in, later action, but still a turnover can help build that defense's confidence going the rest of the season.
Dallas Sutton, the backup QB in the game, throws the interception. It's Evan Kuzma, the 5'11 sophomore, coming down with his first takeaway for the Wildcats. Hanover with still a chance to get on the board and bring some momentum into week 2.
Looks like we're going to get more of Michigan City's twos here on the defensive side of things. And offense, it looks like they've replaced the entire offensive line at Hanover Central with the backups. Get them some playing time.
Just under 2 minutes to go. Wyatt Toole rolls out, looking for room. He's being chased. He flips it, and it's caught. 5-yard catch for Hanover as they continue to march down the field here. But thank you to Strachan Van Til for providing us the hometown scoreboard update for all those scores that I just read out. Follow all of tonight's Region Football action scores live on the hometown scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com/regionsports, facebook.com, and regionsports.com, courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Hanover looking to get on the board. Lobbed into one-on-one coverage, and it's incomplete. Knocking that ball away was Elijah Conley, the defensive back.
Yeah, good play by the Hanover wide receiver right there, going from wide receiver to DB, knocking the ball out of his hands before he could come down with it. That would have just added on to this night for Hanover Central.
3rd and 5 from the 29. A stop here would end things for Michigan City. They would have enough to kneel out the clock. Toole gets the snap, hands it off to Ben Baswell, the running back. Powers forward, and he's close to a Four Seasons mechanical first down.
It looks like they're either going to they're giving it the first down. Rolled it a first down. Hoping Hanover Central can punch it in here just before the end of the game. Like I said, just try to build on some momentum before you go into that test again next week.
Bishop Chittard will definitely be not an easy task for the Wildcats next week. They played them last year and played a competitive game against the Spartans. Up the middle, Baswell again. Nowhere to go on that run. But we are off to a fast start in week 1 here from the region, Chris. I'm just glad football's back. We got Iowa State, Kansas State tomorrow from Dublin, and then eventually it'll be a full slate of college football for the rest of the season till January.
Yeah, you've got 1 weekend of college. Right now it's week 0. You get 1 week of college football, and then it's NFL kickoff.
That too. I'm more of a college football fan myself as opposed to the NFL. The Bears have really done a number on me these last couple of years. Toole back to throw He has time. He lobs one deep. One-on-one coverage. It's knocked away. Once again, another nice deflection there from Conley. But from Dublin tomorrow, Chris, who do you like, Iowa State or Kansas State?
Man, I like both teams. They both have quarterbacks that have a chance to play on Sundays. I've got to go with Kansas State. I think Kansas State pulls it out. Just feels like the past couple years in those big games, they've always shown up to the scene. Iowa State, on the other hand, has shown up, but in the same breath, I mean, you're starting off with the conference game in Dublin, Ireland, so it's really anyone's ball game.
The other Dublin games, we saw Northwestern take down Nebraska in what was their only win of that season. And then we saw just last year, Georgia Tech took down Florida State, at the time a top 10 ranked Florida State team. Of course, Florida State didn't have the season they really wanted to.
No, and it was unfortunate. You know, I'm still kind of shocked they still have their head coach there. You know, most teams, after having all that success, winning 2 games, you know, they end up cutting bait, but it seems like they really like what they have there. Hopefully Florida State can bounce back and make it a competitive ACC.
5 seconds. Hanover's going to have one more play before the clock runs out. Toole to the end zone at the goal line. Did Michigan City preserve the shutout?
And they did. Good play, and he almost had it, but Michigan City prevails, and they hold on to a shutout game.
Anthony Gibson, the defensive back, makes the stop. That's it. 31-0. The Michigan City Wolves take down the Hanover Central Wildcats. It's time to name some awards, first of which will be the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. It's going to be Damon Thomas, the defensive back for Michigan City. A big interception and a big kick return really flipped the momentum for the Wolves in this one. He's your player of the game. Crowd Companies are the insurance professionals proud to recognize the superheroes on the gridiron in the 2025 season. The Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. We're going to give it to Daquan Fields, doing a lot of hard work on the defensive line and even had an 80-plus yard return touchdown, which really put this game out of reach for Michigan City. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program. And last, but certainly not least, the Proud Union Home Play of the Game, brought to you by Ironworkers Local 395. It's going to be the 55-yard touchdown on Michigan City's first offensive play of the season. Tristan Hart to Zaire McKinney, an electrifying play that, you know, started Michigan's season off just right. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union iron worker. We'd like to thank everyone to help make this broadcast possible. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller, and our sports director, Mike Dewan. Big thank you to Chris for hopping on color with me, as always. For our producer, Zach Zanelli, our camera operator, Aaron Svelton, the coaches of both teams, Tony Bartolomeo of Hanover Central and Cody French of Michigan City, the athletic directors, Ryan Bridges of Hanover Central and Ben Bachman of Michigan City, and for all of us, and for all of you watching on Facebook, YouTube, and IHSAA TV, we thank you. Have a great rest of your night. Please take care of yourselves and each other.